Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these coasters with resin. I just made a few of these and I really liked how they turned out, so I'm going to make some more coasters. I made these with these molds, but I think today we're going to use these molds or these. I have a few different ones. I don't know which ones I'm going to use yet. But we'll just try something out. These are the difference. These are all irregular, and these are all just the same shape. So, let's start. First, always please put on gloves because resin is not good for the skin. Even if it's non-toxic, please put on some gloves because it's still not good for the skin. So this is the resin I'm going to use today. It's flow resin. It's a 1x3, so you will have to use, example, 25 grams of B and then 75 grams of A. So this depends on the resin you're using. For this one, it's the ratio 1:3. I will be using these molds. I don't know how much epoxy these ones take. But you can weigh them out with water in them and just put them on a scale and see how much epoxy you can have to use for this. I'm just gonna try something. If I have some leftovers, I'll use it for another project. So 11.5, so I have to do 3 times 11.5. So around 34 grams of part B. A little bit more. So 35, that's fine. You do have to check the weight of the epoxy, but I think 35 will be fine. Now let's stir this up, and you do have to stir it for quite a while. Just make sure it's stirred really well. If you don't stir it well enough, then it's really going to be ugly and you have to remove the stickiness from the mold and everything. Please just stir it for a few minutes. This one is a slow epoxy, so you have a lot of working time. Normally, for most epoxies, I think it's around 20 to 40 minutes. With this one, I feel like I have like 3 hours of working time. So for the colors, I don't know which colors I want to use yet. I have a few colors to choose from. This is like a holographic, but I think I want to use this one. I've never used this one before, and maybe with some purple, white gold pearly color, but yeah, and also a gold. I really like a gold in there. I have 2 different. I think I'm gonna go for this one today. And also I'm gonna be using an alcohol ink. This is white. I'm gonna mix that through the pearly color just to get more of an effect. You don't have to do this, but it does give a different kind of effect. You can also just add in some alcohol through the white. And then I think with the hot pink, I'm going to be adding some red acrylic paint as well. This just gives a bit of a different color and also a bit of a different effect. Also, you will be needing some like little stones or glitters, or I just have a few. I have this, this is like a green color, but I think today I will be using a mix of the gold and these stones. Right now I'm just going to divide the resin in cups. Here's my resin. I just mixed it up really well. I want one clear, so I'm just going to leave some in here. Then I want one with the this one with the purple, and then one with the white. I'm not going to mix the gold in because I'll do that later and I'll show it to you. I like to do quite a lot. Maybe I'll add some more later. Here was already resin in, but I just reused the cups. This one's going to be purple. So I do like to add a bit of the white. And then also add in the alcohol ink. Look at that, look at how that's reacting with the resin. Let me focus the camera. Look, it's way different than that's sitting on top, but it will just mix regularly. Okay, look at that. That looks so good already. Last one, pink, red-ish. Look, that's so pretty already. So I'm going to start out with the purple color. I'm going to do that all around the sides of the mold. Just here. And I don't have to touch the sides completely because we'll be adding some more resin later, so it'll just connect. I think. Let's start over here. I don't mind if they're not the same, not all the same. That's that. Come on, drip, please. Yeah, some more here. They have a lot of this on, but we're setting some of these to the sides. Don't have to, you can. Filling it up a little bit. Just fill it in the middle. Just a little bit. I don't want these to be too thick because I just like thin coasters. I don't want the thick ass coasters. Some people like that, some people don't. I'm just not a fan of that, so that's why I don't make them like that. So let's add a little bit more. Let's just make a little bit more purple for the sides. Like how that looked, you know? Just push those to the side. Some more clear resin and just put that in there. Just fill up the little gaps. Connect them to each other. That's fine. Okay. So that's that. What I'm now going to do is taking my white. You can do whatever pattern you want with this. You can do stripes. You can do little dots. I'm just gonna do like a few little dots, like fast dots there. Next to each other. Okay. Just all around the sides. You don't have to. You can use a little stippling tool. What is that called? Daughter? But I'm not going to do it this way. I just pull to the middle while it's curing a little bit, so don't worry about how this looks right now. These will not stay dots. Maybe a little bit of dots, but not this much. Let's add in our little stones. So I just use a bit of the stones. Just get a little bit, pour them in the middle. Just right in the middle. Don't use too much because it will just float over. Just maneuver them around if you want to. You can add some more red in if you need to. Just give a different effect. I just have some left over, so. So now the only thing that's left to do is add some gold. So what I'm going to do is I'll be getting a little bit of gold on my stick. Mix that with a little bit of resin, and I'm just going to put that on the back of my hand. And I just like to swirl that in there. So just make little tiny swirls of gold. You can do big swirls if you like. I just like to do tiny ones because it just gives a little bit of an extra effect, but I don't want the gold to overpower because that can happen with this gold quite quickly. That's good. You can do it with your burner. Don't do too long or too much. Just to pop some bubbles. You can also spray some alcohol spray on there to pop the bubbles. These ones going really well. This one's not well yet. Well, just because otherwise I think it's going to be a bit too boring. I don't know if that's the case, but just a little bit of more effect. Oh, whoops. One fell in there. Look at the effect that's already doing. So what I'm going to do is spray some alcohol spray for all the leftover bubbles. Also gives a little bit of an effect. And now the waiting game starts. So I'll see you when these are all cured. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell. These are curing right now. You have to cover them just in case dust come on them, but look how pretty they already look. So I'm just gonna cover them with a baking tray, and I will see you in a few hours. So what I'm doing right now is actually mixing up some more epoxy to pour another layer, and that's because I'm going to show you these stones are sticking out a little bit, as you can hear, and also the thickness. It's not really a thick coaster, it's really tiny, so it's pretty flexible still. So that's why I'm going to add another small top coat just to seal these stones in. You can add some more gold because some of these have a little more, look, this one has nice gold ones, but I think I want another over here. So I'm just gonna add another top coat and then add in a few more of the gold lines. Okay, so I just mixed up some more resin and I'm going to pour it on top as a top coat. Right now. Just in there because I still do not want it too thick, but I do want to seal in these little stones. This is around 20 side. Let me show you over here. Just pour those to the side. Okay, so that's done. I just poured all of the epoxy in. So now I'm going to spray them with some alcohol to remove all the bubbles. And then I'm going to add in the gold right now. Okay, so I'm going to add some more gold stripes there and then there. These are also going to the middle a little bit, so I put them so much outwards. Over here on the side.